Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Unorthodox Otaku Guy. I'm going to do a quick little video on something from Diamond Select Toys. Now, I already opened this, so this is a pre-boxing, no, post-boxing type review thing. Because I couldn't help but open myself at one point. So I did actually at least save the label from the front there. This is Kingdom Hearts, Soldier and Master Form Sora. This is the Toys R Us exclusive one. I actually did cut and keep this, especially with the death of Toys R Us coming around the corner. I figured that was a cool little thing to hold on to and collect. Now, I don't really always buy Diamond Select toys. They're a little wonky, but not terrible. I call them in between NECA and McFarlane. They are better than McFarlane, but they're not as good as NECA. So when I say that is because even though McFarlane may have, I guess they would have better sculpts than Diamond Select just makes a better figure overall. And I'll explain that in just a moment. I probably have before, but I'll do a retouch up on it with this. But NECA does a great job on their sculpting and painting. But they definitely pull off being an action figure. And that's important. Diamond Select is known for the collectible line of Alice Madness Returns figures and stuff like that. I am definitely looking forward to getting one of those these days, and they're going up in price, so I got to get on that soon. Anyways, so we have a I would say mostly static figure of one of the Soldier Heartless figures, and this is definitely in the art and style of a traditional, Heartless Soldier, which is pretty cool. So this matches definitely with the Kingdom Hearts theme without changing too much. This is great for a traditional pose. Anything like that might make a great shot. But then we have Sora here. He actually makes a decent action figure. And what I mean that is he has opposable joints, in each side of his legs like that. They go forward and back, and they have bumps in them, so they stop in positions. We have movement in the leg itself, going forward and back at the knee. Even though with these giant bell pants, he still has a knee hidden up there, which is really cool. We have minor pivoting at the ankle, which is really cool. We do have left and right movement, which is really good. We also have minor tilting of the feet as well. There are holes in the feet. There's no stands included with these, so I don't know why they included them. But that does leave room for, if you may have like a peg base or something, you could still do something with it without even having to modify them. I think that's really cool, even though there's no bases included with this. Now, for the shoulders, we do have minor movement upwards. We do have elbow movement in the proper directions with bumps in them to keep their position. We do have rotation at the wrist. Now, there's no pivoting of the wrist, but we have rotation. So that does limit a little bit of movement. And you aren't going to get much movement in these arms. So this is very basic action figure type movements, but they move. So it's still at least an action figure. And so we can do at least some positioning, holding out, rotating around. He's holding on to the keyblade okay. It's a big important thing when it comes to an action figure. It's got to be able to move. Anyways, the keyblade actually doesn't look that bad, and it has a little keychain on it, which is really cool. It dangles appropriately. His face, it looks very, very cartoonish and appropriate to Kingdom Hearts. But he's got this very creepy, static, smiling face on him, which, it leaves me desire to eventually want to buy the Bring Arts with adjustable faces and stuff like that, higher details. But, this was on a Toys R Us clear out, and it was a collectible. It's one of those things that's going to be gone after a while and never going to be seen again because it's Toys R Us exclusive. So it was a cool thing. I figured to pick it up. It was $7, pretty much. You can't pass that up, especially because Gamestop is currently clearing out theirs on clearance, literally on clearance, and they still have the audacity to charge $25 for them. These brand new cost $15 at Toys R Us. People make jokes about Toys R Us on their prices, but GameStop on discount has the audacity to charge $25 for a Kingdom Hearts figure from the same series, as well as like the other figures from the series. $25 on clearance. Think about that. $15 MSRP for these guys at Toys R Us. Then after clearance, the 50% off, it's like $7.50. So it's like on a normal price, that's like a huge discount. That's $10 off of the clearance at GameStop. I think their normal price was like 30 or 35 bucks or some shit like that. These are not worth that much. So I'll eventually pick up the GameStop exclusive one. They have a GameStop exclusive Sora. I believe it's the red form. If they go on a major clear out. But it's like the ones that even at Toys R Us. At their normal price, they stayed on shelves for a long time. They're nothing impressive. There's nothing terrible about them. But there's nothing that makes you like, oh my god, I gotta have these. And there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans out there. As you're watching this video, you probably, are a Kingdom Hearts fan. Tons of Kingdom Hearts fans. We've all been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. Everyone and their mom. And dad. And son now. Because we all grew up on Kingdom Hearts. Though, that is ridiculous nature of, like, people make jokes on Toys R Us prices, but that was a, like, what the fuck? So, anyways, if you're out there and you want to pick up these Kingdom Hearts figures for really, really cheap from the Diamond Select Toys, they're not terrible. If you get lucky, you'll still see one of the Soras around there. Those are usually the ones that look like they're getting picked up first because they are Toys R Us exclusives. You're going to see this on the front of the box. And, all the Toys R Us exclusive stuff is going first. People are wanting to grab that because Toys R Us will be gone soon. So, get him. He's only like $7. And he's not that bad. He's got a cool keyblade you can even steal and give to another figure or something like that. I don't know. It looks great. It's got a keychain on it, like a legit keychain on it. You don't get that kind of cool qualities guaranteed all the time in a figure. But, his head moves. It only turns left and right. It doesn't have the head tilt that's appropriate. So, like, he's like a very basic action figure. The paint is acceptable. It's not blotchy. So, that's a big thing. It doesn't look as bad as one of those action figures from McFarlane Toys. Like, seriously, I haven't picked one up yet. I'm waiting for it to hit like 75% off. But there's a greatest example. There's a Sakura from Naruto from McFarlane Toys. It looks like someone took I guess peach colored, for her skin, for the paint, and just slapped it on the feet. It just slapped it on. It overlays onto her the ninja sandals. Not even kidding. Go look at it. You'll laugh your ass off. That is atrocious painting. Any adult can do that easier. Like, that is the most careless painting I've ever seen. I'm a very, very, like, window open person when it comes to rooms for error. I've seen bootlegs with better paint jobs. I have one right here. Here is a Figma of Sinon. Now, before anyone goes and gets their panties in a bunch, here's an authentic Sinon. This is my only bootleg of Figma. I have like 40 plus Figmas. She's literally only for comparisons. I wanted to see the quality difference, and the paint job on her is better than what McFarlane dishes out. This figure cost either as much... No, this figure cost cheaper than a McFarlane figure. And it has way better paint details than what McFarlane puts out there. I'm sorry this turned into a shitting on McFarlane episode. But it's an overall general discussion about figures, what they cost, what they're worth, stuff like that. And that's just going to go right back to why it's appropriate. This is about Diamond Select Toys. The paint job is very... very good for what it costs, because at $15 MSRP, that is cheaper than McFarlane, and their paint job is not bad, because I can look at this Heartless and I'm like, oh wow, that looks like a Heartless, that looks great. And that's even at an up close point of view. It doesn't even need to be far away, because you have your distance rules of how good it looks from a distance. I would say even Sora up close doesn't look that bad up close. I'm sorry about the overexposure. I have it set up like that for darker areas. But he doesn't look that bad for the money in terms of paint job. The details are all there without blotching and stuff, like the really big miss. So that's where I go to when it comes to like McFarlane. Their paint jobs suck ass for the money. The only one I have given an exception for, even though the arm fell off out of the box, was Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War 3. No, Gears of War 4, where he's an old guy. That one is not that bad, despite the whole arm falling off out of the box and having a hard time going back in a socket. The paint job on it is not that bad. The sculpt on it is not too bad. It's okay. Definitely better than anything they put out. Anything. So, I can definitely see why that figure is not really on shelves. That is the one that's picked up. If you go into the store and you look for the Gears of War figures like that, you are going to see a ton of JD and Kates. A ton. They're still chilling on the shelves, even with clearance for the figure itself, so the price is lower, and then the markdown from the liquidation from Toys R Us. They're still sitting on the shelves. That is how bad McFarlane is. So, now you can see where this is appropriate in terms of, like, costs, paint, whatnot. And people love the Gears of War series. I love the Gears of War series. It's a fantastic series. Great sci-fi. And I would like to have, you know, stuff like that, but it's also one of those things where it's like, is it worth having? Kate's skin color, like, she looks weird. Like, they messed up on the paint for that. And they have static poses for action figures. That is not an action figure. That's a static figure. A scale figure. It's not an action figure. I fucking hate that McFarlane has the audacity for some of their figures. They call them action figures. They have been changing that, though. But it's like, I don't get it. I have older Halo McFarlane figures. They're painted awesome, and they're great action figures. And I just don't get it. They were so good before. It's like, did someone buy them and change the factory and change all their rules and change all their workers or something like that? Did they start fresh? Because everything is different. I'm not even kidding. Like, I want to make a breakdown video before and after, like, what the hell happened. And you can even see it in the type of boxes they sell their figures in. It's like McFarlane literally was sold to someone else. And if someone knows that, if that did happen, that would explain all of it. But they have turned into something crap. And their Color Top series is garbage. So, anyways, Diamond Select Kingdom Hearts before I shit on McFarlane anymore. Not bad for the money. Especially after discount. Just don't buy them from GameStop. GameStop is robbing you of all of your money. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Kingdom Hearts is badass. We got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming up right around the corner. And what a better time to go and find yourself one. So please, go find Kingdom Hearts Sora at the exclusive Toys R Us version. Which is the Master Form version in his yellow suit. Get one before he's gone. He's only like $7, and he's not bad. He's fully articulated. You know, he works as an action figure, and he doesn't look that bad. And he comes in, you know, with your little darkness soldier guy, which is cool. I am also probably gonna grab Axel next time I'm there. He's only $7, and he doesn't look that bad, and he comes with a normal darkness. So look forward to that episode if I end up picking one up. That is if one survives, but likely, very much, that one will very likely be on the shelf because that one with the Mickey Mouse one is very common. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I'm sorry I turned it into a rag on McFarlane episode, but it is appropriate for showing off how good a very cheap figure is compared to something that costs more. So, until the next time, stay unorthodox.